7th day of December, which means it's the 7th day of Vlogmas. I am so tired. Feel like I didn't sleep a wink. I was up pretty late working on stuff, and of course that elf on the shelf took me a little bit. That wasn't the reason why I was up so late, but that was the last thing I was doing, but I could have done that earlier. Doesn't matter. And then, of course, you know, when you stay up too late and then you go to bed, all you're doing is thinking, I have to get up early. You should fall asleep. And then everything you've ever done wrong in your entire life starts to funnel through, and that's all you think about. So that was my evening. But anywho, let's go ahead and check out our advent calendar situation. And I did end up finding that little keyboard so I could show you what my daughter got in her advent for the last couple of days. Okay, so day 1, 2, 3. Here's that little keyboard. Isn't this the cutest little thing? It's got like a little microphone on the very end. And then she got this little teapot, which I don't know if I showed you or not, but she got this little teapot. And then yesterday she got a sticker. As for our books, we're doing good. I think we saw these ones. Ariel, Mulan. Maybe I didn't show you these. This is the one she got yesterday, Christmas in the Bell Tower. And this is the one she got the day before, Christmas gift for Chip. These are so adorable. I think these are just awesome. So I'm very excited about those. For my son, he got this part. So, I mean, this one is cool, but having to like collect all these parts is super boring for little boys. They just want the cars. Let's go ahead and check out what I got for some tea. Okay, we are looking for number 7. I found it right away. Boop-a-doo. Oh, a holiday pear green tea. As for the dog has really been enjoying doing this. I'll insert a picture here of him getting all excited. So he had 2 rope toys in 2 days in a row. So like he had these 2, and then he got this one yesterday. Yeah, it was gone like in the matter of seconds. Anytime something is like fuzzy and has like a little squeaker in it, it's dead. It's gone. It's not gonna last long. So while the tea is doing its business, I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch me make a little Christmas craft. So I hope you enjoy our craft and a little bit of a very cute story.
Hello, hello! It is time for a Christmas craft. Grab a book that you don't mind getting rid of. This one here, I read a few chapters and decided to DNF, so we're going to use it for our craft today. Don't worry about this book. We are going to give this one a read while we're doing our craft. Time to say goodbye. Sorry, Princess for Christmas. What can you do, though? First things first, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that cover. Go ahead and tear that off all the way. And then for me, I like to take the first couple of pages off and start with a fresh, fully printed page. You don't necessarily have to do this. This is just a me thing, but that's what I decided to do. Then we're going to go ahead and fold down so that we have this triangle, and then we're going to fold down once more for a second narrower triangle. And you'll see you have this little flap. We're going to go ahead and tuck that under, so it lines up with the book. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty like trying to make this perfect. You do not have to make this perfect. This is not a perfect craft. When it's all said and done, it's going to look great. And your little imperfections aren't going to stand out as much as you think. So don't feel like you have to make that fold perfect. Once again, we're folding down and then down again so that you'll see you have that little extra that kind of hangs over, and you're going to tuck that under. When you're done tucking under, you're just going to push over to the left side, and you're going to want to keep that pretty tight because as you continue, that's going to get thicker and thicker, and you want to keep it out of your way. So I would keep those pretty tight and together. So let's go ahead and get into our story, The Littlest Christmas Tree. Once upon a time, in a field of young Christmas tree seedlings, there stood a tiny tree, smaller than all of the other seedlings. The little tree stood attentively in her row, planted in the soft, sandy soil among the other little trees. This littlest tree wanted to grow tall enough to become a real Christmas tree. As she was growing, the littlest tree decided to think about all the things that made her happy. The first thing she thought of was the sun. "I love the sunshine, so warm on my green branches," she said to herself. "I can feel it helping me grow tall all summer long." The littlest tree tipped her head and thought some more. "And the sky, I love that too. I watch it each day as it changes, some days all cloudy and gray, and some days so clear and blue." Then she felt a gentle breeze begin to rustle through her tiny green needles. "The wind! I can't forget the wind. When I hear the wind coming, I listen very carefully and scrunch myself down as low as I can to let it blow through me. I can feel it all the way from my most top branch to my very lowest branches." The littlest tree thought and thought about the many wonderful things in her world. Of course, there's the rain. How delicious it feels on my needles, so soft and warm, smelling sweetly of grass and earth. I know I'm lucky to have the rain, and the sun and the sky and the wind. They care for me and help me grow tall, but I do wish I would grow faster. And the littlest tree waited and dreamed about becoming a Christmas tree. Sometimes the littlest tree leaned over to listen to the grown-up trees talking to each other in the nearby woods. She learned that when she grew taller, trimmers would come with their clippers to carefully shape her tree form. "I won't be afraid when the trimmers come," she told herself. "I know that I will be shaped to become a beautiful Christmas tree with my very tip-top reaching high toward the heavens." Christmas trees must be a lot like people, thought the littlest tree. People who are good and strong look up to the heavens for strength and encouragement. I will look up and stand patiently until I am tall enough to be chosen for Christmas. She called out to the sky, "Please choose me. I am ready for Christmas celebration. I am ready for the season of lights and life." Here we're going to go ahead and pause in our reading of The Littlest Christmas Tree. We are going to have a part 2 of this craft, so we'll finish the book there. I do apologize. I'm sure you're wanting to know what happens to The Littlest Christmas Tree, but we will get to that in our next video. As you can see here, we have a lot of pages, kind of almost curling over, and we don't have many pages left. So just remember, you do not have to be perfect. We're trying to get as many of these pages folded as we can. And you'll notice that your hand will kind of start to hurt a little bit from holding all these pages on the left side, but don't worry, it'll be over before you know it. So here I am trying to basically just finish up and I noticed that we're coming onto some more blank pages, and then we also have that back cover. So I'm gonna end up just like tearing out the rest of the pages. It's not much. It's probably like 5 to 10 pages, not much at all. And then you're gonna go ahead and tear that back cover off. Now, depending on the book, I don't know if I should have taken that cover off in the beginning, or if it actually helped keep things structured while I was folding. But when you get to this end, everything is real ready to become a tree. So you'll notice here, once I get that cover off, you simply just let everything kind of become one. I thought I might have to tape or glue, but you really don't. It's all of the folding keeps it pretty structured, so you don't have to worry about that. You'll notice that your folding won't be perfect, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I thought it turned out really amazing, and looking at this, I have some ideas of what I would like to do further with it. So we are going to have a part 2, as I mentioned. So we'll be able to finish our book, The Littlest Christmas Tree, and then also see what my crafty mind has decided for this. But to kind of give you a little sneak peek, I am going to put a little star on the top of our tree. So I'm just doing some cutouts with those extra pages that I had ripped out from the front and back of the book. So we're going to cut out some of these stars, and then we're going to make a topper for our Christmas tree. So I think along with the star, I'm wondering if I'm going to do some color for our Christmas tree, and maybe something shiny? I'm not sure. So you'll have to come back for part 2.
Well, I really hope that you enjoyed that, because I thoroughly enjoyed making that craft, and I'm very much excited for you to see part 2. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for that. We're gonna finish up that tree, and we're gonna display it somewhere. I think I have the perfect place for it. And then of course we'll get the rest of the littlest tree. And I do have my holiday pear green tea. Now, I typically, if I ever drink green tea, it's usually cold. I don't really drink green tea warm. And it's funny because this totally makes me think about the first time I ever had green tea. And it was in an airport. I was very young. I'm guessing it was almost 20 years ago. My first time, I think, out by myself, alone. And I just felt like, oh, I'm an adult, yada yada. I'm gonna go get myself a hot drink. And at the time, I had not yet really discovered coffee, discovered tea. So I had no idea what I was ordering. So I ordered I remember like the word dragon was in the name, but it was a green tea. And I got it, and I just felt so sophisticated and so adult-like. And I remember I went and sat down with it, and I went to drink it, and it literally scalded my entire mouth and throat. And I was like, it like shocked me. I went into a full-on like nervous attack, and I opened it up because it was nasty. It was so gross. I opened it up, and there was literally a ball of what looked like grass just in the tea. Now, at the time, I didn't realize, like, you have to sweeten it or whatever else you need to do to your drinks to make them to your liking, right? Needless to say, I basically dumped that out and had paid like whatever it was, $6 for a grass ball of water and hated it. And I never really had tea for a long time after that because I was like just shocked and totally uninterested in ever having tea again. But anyways, we've moved on. We've actually become adults, and now we are figuring it out. So anyways, back to the green tea. So this will be like maybe the second time ever I've had green tea hot. So hopefully I don't have like flashbacks that cause me to hate this. But anyways, let's go ahead and give it a try. So I've just put a little bit of sweetener in it, just a little bit of honey. And it's not terrible. It's definitely like that earthy green tea flavor. And I do get that hint of fruit from the pear. Yeah, I definitely get that. It's definitely tastes like it's advertised. But I do have to say, I definitely prefer green teas cold. I don't know, I just like the crispness of a cold green tea. So I think if I were to drink the other one that's in there, I would make it as a cold brew. I would brew it cold because I think I would enjoy it more. So yeah, so that's our tea for today. That's our craft for today. Tomorrow you'll get part 2, so I hope you tune in for that. Otherwise, I hope you are reading something festive, taking care and staying safe through the holidays. And as always, you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.